India is home to 51 unicorns, which puts it in third place, behind only the US's 396 and China's 277. These figures have been taken from the Hurun India Future Unicorn List 2021. While India is the world's third largest unicorn ecosystem, it trails the US and China by a lot. But there's more to these numbers than meets the eye. Consider that the average time taken by Indian startups to become unicorns is competitive when compared to the time taken by their Chinese and American counterparts. In India, it takes a startup 7.3 years on average to become a unicorn, while in the US it takes 7 years, in China it takes 6 years. However, among the 5 countries considered, India does have the longest average period taken for a startup to become a unicorn. Clearly, there's some way to go. In terms of average valuation, India is behind only China. The average valuation of unicorns in India stands at $3.3 billion, which is less than the $4.7 billion average valuation for Chinese ones, but above the US's $3.1 billion figure. Consider also the fact that India added 3 unicorns per month in 2021 to nearly double the number of startups valued at over $1 billion to 51 as of end August. What's more, the country's unicorns are now worth $168 billion. But unicorns aren't the only class of startups to watch out for. The Hurun list ranks Indian startups founded in the 2000s, which are worth at least $200 million and are not yet listed on a public exchange. Apart from unicorns, startups that are most likely to become unicorn in the next 2 years have been classified in the Hurun report as gazelles, and those that could become unicorns in the next 4 years as cheetahs. And this brings us to our next set of interesting points. India is home to 32 gazelles and 54 cheetahs. The country's future unicorns are worth $36 billion, which is equivalent to 1/3 of Delhi's GDP at current prices. The most valuable gazelle is online retail store Zilingo, and the most valuable cheetah is online furniture platform Pepperfry. Consider also that the 5 startups that had been identified as cheetahs at the beginning of the year have skipped the gazelle stage to directly enter the unicorn club this year. Furthermore, the top investors in these gazelles and cheetahs are Sequoia and Tiger Global, with 37 and 18 investments respectively. Now, let's look at a sector-wise breakup. Fintech contributed the most number of companies to the list with 18 startups, followed by e-commerce with 17 and software as a service with 7. In fact, e-commerce, fintech and software as a service comprise 49% of the Hurun list. However, amid all the bright spots, there is a sobering finding too. Anas Rahman Junaid, the MD and Chief Researcher at Hurun India, said that although the Indian startup ecosystem was growing, some of the startups that reached a certain scale migrated from India. They did so in search of better regulatory incentives and risk capital availability. Junaid pointed out that, for instance, some of the best enterprise software as a service companies were born in India but moved to the US. Junaid added that this was a lost opportunity for India and that it was important that these startups were incentivized to stay back.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.